Welcome.
Hello, everybody.
The show is called AHA.
Aha!
It stands for, do you know?
A human among humans.
Wow. We're going viral.
See, I knew that. I didn't even know if I remembered it, and then you
Yeah.
said you wanted me to say it, and I thought, I know what that is.
So this is Beth Redmond,
Hi.
who is a Buddhist
Talking about me.
practitioner,
This is
and I'm your host,
Mikey.
Mikey or Michael Koran.
Good
And
old
we're
Mikey.
gonna have a fascinating tale
Oh gosh.
of I've been listening. It's been
Oh my God! I tucked my tail in my pants. No one's going to be able to see it.
Well, as long as they don't see your tail in your pants, we won't be
Okay.
banned in Boston.
Yeah, all right. My
We don't
tail.
want to be banned in Boston,
No.
although that would be good for the show.
That would be like a nice,
That would get people, we go viral.
viral.
Banned in
Nice and
Boston,
viral.
talking about Buddhism.
Oh God, talking about Buddhism, talking about tails, like what do you have?
So Beth has a very interesting, to me, and I hope to you, beginning of her Buddhist journey. Very, maybe unusual for people.
Oh,
Certainly in my hearing, people usually do it more in a group.
I do now.
Now, yes, we'll get there. That's coming attractions.
I know that's a.
We'll be there before the show is over. But
I was even thinking about bringing my robes with me.
Oh, that would
No,
have
I
been
won't do
nice.
that.
Oh,
No,
I'm
I
sorry.
could,
Although
but
you look for
maybe for another time. I
okay,
can show
something
off,
to look forward to.
show off my Buddhist.
I would have
fling.
loved. I forgot to ask.
Yeah. No, it's okay.
So I
We'll do it
should.
again. That's we don't want to use up everything all at once, right?
We don't know.
We want
we
to have
don't
other
want-
things we can
Yes.
reveal, kind of like peel open the onion thing.
Wow.
Yeah, I like
We're
that.
peeling open the onion, everybody.
Yep. Yeah,
So-
I got to turn on the AC though, so the onion doesn't make my eyes burn.
Though it doesn't get what?
My eyes burn. Onions make my eyes
Oh,
burn.
when there's air conditioner, it doesn't.
Well, a fan or something to blow
See, we're learning
Doesn't work.
very important practical stuff. We're not just
It's so practical.
in nirvana.
Look at this. We're gonna open up this thing with let's see.
Oh, because you're getting your notes now.
Yeah, I have notes. I actually have some notes. I went to town. That's right.
Well, you can get your notes, but
Because I have to give a Dharma talk tomorrow at CCC. Anyway,
well, people don't know what CCC is.
they're gonna find out.
Oh,
I'm gonna tell. I am gonna tell all.
and the Dharma
That's what I'm
talk
gonna
is.
do.
And what is a Dharma talk?
Well, it's part of it is what I'm gonna do it here
Yes.
tonight.
Yes.
But basically, a Dharma talk is well, in the Quantum school, it's called the Quantum School of Zen. That's where I finally ended up practicing it. I'm gonna have to backtrack and talk a little bit about this stuff later, but that's the school of Zen that I ended up joining.
Oh, Zen is wild.
Zen is really
Yeah, but why don't we do
off
it?
the meter.
I'm going to do this chronologically.
Okay.
So,
You're
you're
gonna
gonna
ruin your whole
share
timeline here.
With our avid audience,
Yeah.
this, to me, unusual way you began getting interested in Zen.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Take it away, Beth.
My unusual way of getting involved in Zen.
Yes.
Okay. So this is going to be the thumbnail version because me and him were just talking about this before everything, all the cameras started rolling and stuff. But anyway, so when I was in my late 40s, I decided life was not going the way I thought it should because I didn't know what was coming at me. Like most of the time, I think a lot of us really have no idea what it is that what we're aiming at, or we think we know, and then boom, some stupid shit happens.
Did you have a name?
Did I have a name?
A name?
Aim?
In your young 40s?
Was I aiming at? I thought I knew what I was aiming at, and I
Well,
thought I liked it. I thought I was going to be happy that way, and I wasn't.
What were you gonna aim? What were you aiming for?
Well, I thought, oh, well, I'm in a relationship now. Everything is fine.
Oh, yeah?
No more. There's not going to be any more bumps in the road.
Whoa.
And bang, bumps in the road happened.
Oh,
And I was not thrilled about it.
Oh, so then.
And it was somehow it's my fault, but I don't know why I
so
was doing this.
So this is very important. The bump
nice
in the
stuff, huh?
road can lead us to. It was really a gift.
Enlightenment. Like, people think enlightenment is something that means like you're going to have this great spiritual awakening, and then what? But really, all it is like seeing what's really in front of you, right?
What is in front of us now? It's
you.
I am.
You're right.
Wow.
You're right here.
I am enlightened.
Look at check it out. And there's a clock right there too. So
Yes.
you know how many
And
minutes.
what about the people? If we don't see them on the audience, they are here too in a way.
Oh yeah, they are.
In a very
Right there.
interesting way.
Yeah.
But so how?
We're having a good time here, aren't we?
We're having a good time. I hope
Really
you
good
are
time.
too. Now
Very fun.
we haven't yet begun, but we're getting into beginning.
We are, and we're only 5 minutes into it.
So there
This
was a
is
bump in the
awesome.
road. You're in a relationship. It doesn't turn out the way you wanted to.
Things
Not at
weren't
all.
quite. Things weren't. They weren't going the way I wanted it to.
You wanted it to be more harmonious, or
Yeah. I
Oh.
mean, who doesn't want more harmony in their relationship?
Yes.
But I honestly didn't know how
I've
to
never
have
had it.
I kept
Never.
I kept on not having it.
maybe one of them
Yeah,
haven't
I
had
don't
it
want
yet.
to say too much, really. I don't want to go into too terrible much detail.
Not too terrible detail.
I don't want to because now the person that I was in the relationship with, like she and I are friends now.
Oh, good.
Really, it ended up. We
Yum.
ended up breaking up and then like being
Yum.
very, very, very good friends.
Oh, I can feel it.
Can you?
Very nice. Yes.
So you should
No,
feel
I'm
it.
friends
That's good.
I love being friends with my former lovers.
Mm-hmm.
I love it. Oh, I'm tempted to mention names, but I won't at this moment.
Not at this moment.
But
It's
oh,
for
is
another
it
time.
nice to
It's-
stay friends?
Oh, it
Because
is.
we've had so
Yeah, well,
much-
because
we
you've
have a
gone through
history.
so many things together,
Yes, we
right?
have-
You've been over
a
the
lot
same.
of bumps. A lot of bumps.
You know each other, but you still really like each
And
other.
sometimes it takes
You really
time.
Still really, yes.
I had to wait. One of my strategies is to stay friends with the parents. That
Yeah.
seems to help a lot.
Mm.
One of my ex-lovers told me, "I love you and my father," because I talk to her father every year.
I like the combination.
Every year, and
That's
he
sweet.
and I are friends now.
That's really sweet.
So,
Yeah.
and I did that with
Sweet.
another. It's a good. It's a good strategy. But okay, we're not even focusing on the subject.
But we touched on something I think that people probably find it really interesting because people go through this shit all the time, right?
People do go through shit
They
all
do.
the time.
They go through this stuff with relationships, and they go through these things, these epiphanies where you're trying to figure out like, what's the right way to do this? What's the right way to get through this mess?
Yes, my
And
beloved.
that was, and for me, figuring out how to get through the mess was really, and I had this question, like, how can I see where I'm heading when and I don't know I'm heading. I think I'm going one way and I end up going some other direction.
'Cause you thought
and
you-
I don't know what's going to be there. And then,
Can we ever know? But we'll go
well,
ahead.
I think that we
No,
can.
we have to stick. We're gonna have. This is a Zen master show. We're gonna stick to chronology. Okay, so how did you start getting
it.
into Buddhism?
Reading books.
Yes, this is amazing.
Reading books.
Do you remember the name of any?
The Three Pillars of Zen by, what's his name?
Oh, it's a-
Kaplan?
Yeah, it's a famous
What's
book.
his first name? Kaplan.
I think Philip.
Last name? Philip Kaplan. No,
Yeah.
Kaplow. Philip Kaplow.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Three Pillars of Zen. Now, somebody else told me to read that book, and I took him up on it, and I read the entire thing, and sometimes it was kind of interesting. A lot of times it was really, really boring.
And you stayed with it.
But I read the whole thing because
Wow.
somebody else who was a Buddhist practitioner mentioned it to me and said I should try it out.
You
I
don't know
should
what
read
the,
it.
you remember any pillar of the 3 pillars? That's a hard
No.
question. I wouldn't remember either.
I don't. Well, when I was reading books, I was looking. I didn't realize what it was I was looking for. I think somewhere like way out of my really conscious mind, I had this. I knew what I needed. I knew I needed to find a way to get something out of what I was reading, but I didn't know how. I had no idea like how to practice. And then when I finally read a book
They told you what to do.
that told me exactly what to
Yes.
do.
Sit.
It was like step by step.
Sit.
Really simple.
Walk.
No BS.
Breathe.
Pure no BS.
Take a breath and sit there. Yes, that done it. That helped, right?
Absolutely.
I was telling Beth before the show,
Yeah, it's surprising how much it can help.
I'm not a formal meditator. I did try for a while. Andrew Wiles. Breathe in for 4.
Is he
count
like,
to
and then
4.
he had like a radio show or something he would do?
He was he was a doctor.
A
Talking
doctor.
about spontaneous healing. He's very into.
Andrew Wiles.
He helped. I'll save it. He helped.
WILES or
WEIL.
Oh, okay.
Very helpful.
Oh, okay.
And take 4 breaths. Count to 4 in. Hold it for 7 and let it out for 8. Just do it 4 times twice a day. And
Okay.
he said that would help you. And I
It
tried
helps to calm you down.
I tried to do it with a
Doing that.
friend of mine on the phone,
Yeah.
and it felt bad because I felt I was using her to discipline me to do it.
Oh.
It worked way better for me to just be silent with her
Oh.
because I was just too much focused on me.
Oh, right.
I have another way of meditating, but I'll save it for later.
Right.
So you read the 3 pillars of Zen,
Yeah.
and it gives
And
you
a whole
some
bunch of other books
and
too.
it gives you some-
names of which I can't remember.
practical advice.
Well, the practical advice was basically, how to do walking meditation. That was the first thing, which really took me by surprise, but it was described in very careful, very particular detail, and I followed it to the letter. And I had a nice long hallway in the apartment where I was living.
Yes.
So I could walk down the hallway, but it was walking and walking with breathing.
With breathing.
Coordinating walking.
Wow.
With breathing. And you're counting. You're only counting like say each breath is like there's 1 and then 2 and 3 and all the way up to 10. When you got to 10, you come all the way back to 0 and start again, but you continue walking. So you're never supposed to go past 10, right?
So you.
But I always did, and I wouldn't even. At first, I didn't even know I was going past 10. I'm like, wait a minute, how did I get to 25?
So what is it? I take a step.
Mm-hmm.
I count the steps, or just the breaths.
No, yes, I'll show you what I mean.
Yeah.
I'll just show you what I mean.
Yes.
So, I know I'm off camera now, but I'm just going to show you.
Well, you can. You can come on camera. Come right behind your chair.
Over here, okay. So I'd go like this. I'd have my hands like this.
They can't quite see
I'd have my
you.
hands like this.
Oh yes, great.
There, okay. And I go. So I'll do it out loud, so you won't try to figure where I'm at. So I'll be like, so I have to take a step and breathe in. 1, and then just like let the breath come out by itself, not like
Right.
like that. And then let it go to my other foot as I'm exhaling.
Oh, so it's inhale, take a step.
And then 2, I'm always counting on the same foot. So every time I take a step forward and count, I'm taking that step forward with my right foot. And then as I'm exhaling, as exhaling 2 with the left foot. Make sense?
Yes.
All right, so I do that, and then by the time I get to, I'm going to go back this way a little bit so I'm still on camera. So by the time I would get to like taking that last breath, 10, with my right foot, inhaling, And then when I'm ready to exhale, it's all about like you're just following your breath. You're not making your breath do anything. You're just following.
So I inhale and take a step. I'm going to do this after you do. You're going to sit and
then I'm
direct me.
exhaling as I'm stepping with,
On the other foot.
with the left foot. And then, so now, I told you, I'm on 10. Now I'm supposed to go back to 0.
And
so
turn-
I'm back to 0 again with my right foot.
Yeah.
And I'm inhaling. And then when I feel myself starting to need to exhale, I take the step with my left foot to exhale,
Wow.
like that. All right, so now
And
when I
you only,
mentioned,
you only count, the right foot is the only one you count with, right?
I'm counting to the inhale
Yeah.
with the right foot, and then I'm counting to the left foot when I'm exhaling, but I'm still on the same number.
Same number.
I'm like inhale 1, exhale 1.
Oh, you say
Inhale
one twice?
2, exhale.
I'm just going to do it because this is not just a show for mental information. We at CCTV know if you're doing this while you're watching.
Mm.
And
Yeah, you can follow us if you want. I mean,
yes, you get a special bonus
probably should do
for doing this. Well,
it somehow where people can see everything that you're doing. Maybe like if the camera was zoomed out. It's for another time.
Another time.
But anyhow, so
Well, this is Cambridge. They're very
Good.
imaginative viewing.
That's always a good thing.
Very
Imaginative is
Okay,
good.
so don't tell me, see if I have it.
Okay.
Inhale. Oh no, but it's inhale and say one to myself, right?
Yeah, and when you start to feel it, you inhale, and then when you feel the need to exhale, that's you're still on 1,
So
but you're doing it
oh,
with
it's
the other
just
foot.
very nice. 1. Oh, and as soon as I feel the need to exhale, I move the other foot.
Yep. And you're heading towards me now. Yeah.
Oh, I don't even know that. It's so this is
You
super.
can do it with your eyes open
It's
if you
very
want.
comforting. I'll try with my eyes open.
Yeah, yeah.
Oops, that's right. Oh, I tend to close my eyes. Okay, we'll do it this way. I inhale.
Inhale with your
1.
right foot, and then when you feel the need to exhale, you're going to
1.
step with your left.
Oh, is that comforting?
Yeah, do you like that?
very.
Yeah.
You've changed my life.
See that? You see why I was doing it for such a long time? It
Also,
was
and you
pre-
do that
it
for how
was
long? You were
really
just doing it for
helpful.
3 minutes when you started, right?
Yeah, but I can. But I would do it. I would do it so that it went all the way down the hallway, which was like it was all the way through the whole apartment. It was all on the first floor of like the second floor of the building, but from the front of the apartment all the way to the end of the apartment.
I thought you started just for
And
2 or
then-
3 minutes, but
and
this
then
is much
just
longer, right?
and then just come back like until I think I would do it. I got to the point where I was doing it for like maybe half an hour.
No,
or
no, but
something.
you started with 2 or 3 minutes, right?
But that was with sitting meditation.
Oh, with sitting.
Yeah,
And what is a sitting meditation?
the sitting meditation was just well,
Oh, but before we get there,
anyway, okay.
why is that so comforting?
I don't know why it's comforting for you, but I found what I found was that when a few things I learned from that. Number one was I'd get annoyed with myself when I would forget that I had to stop, not stop, but like cycle back to 0.
Yeah.
I would get annoyed with myself because I'm doing it wrong. I'm doing it wrong, and if you get hot, teachers will tell you, a good teacher will tell you, the point of it is not to get upset with yourself. The point of it is to like see what happens
Yes.
and learn about how your mind works.
Yes.
And it took me a while to understand that, but when I finally did, I realized that when I was getting angry with myself, I was missing the point.
Yes.
Completely missing the point of the practice.
Mm-hmm.
And also that when I would notice sometimes your mind goes off and it's like it's got
yes.
it's got some other place it wants
Yes.
to go.
Oh, anywhere but now.
Anywhere but now, anywhere but here.
Yes.
And I realized like, oh my gosh, that is showing me, that's teaching me about how my mind works.
Wow, that's a huge thing.
It
to
was
learn.
really it was an epiphany. Now, after that, I didn't get it completely right away, but I finally got it that this is showing me, this practice is showing me how my mind works. And that was the answer that I was looking for.
Which is, the question was, where am I
How
going?
can I see where I'm going? How can I see what's
And
going on?
knowing how your mind works can help you do that.
I found that was the beginning of that for me.
And how did knowing how your mind works help you understand where you were going?
Because I could see that, like say for example, if I tend to be very scattered, even now. Like that, I fight with that with myself.
That's why
all
we're
the
keeping
time.
this chronological story.
Yeah,
Zen,
scattered
I'm learning to be
everywhere.
a Zen master.
All over the damn place.
No, we're
right?
not. We're doing this very step by step now.
No, it's okay.
Yes.
How we're doing it is working because we're getting the story out, and so over time, eventually when I'm going to jump ahead a little bit, but when I started to practice with a group, I first started to do that at a place it's no longer a Zen center anymore, or a practice center. It used to be in North Cambridge, or not North Cambridge, just north of Harvard Square, and I think it was I think it was basically they had some Tibetan lamas that would come to give interviews to people, and I never got up the gumption to like sit down and meet with a teacher. I just was too intimidated by the idea of it. But we would do that walking meditation around, in between. There would be sitting sessions that
And
would
then
go
walking,
for half an hour,
Yeah.
and then there'd be maybe 10-minute walking sessions. We'd walk around and then sit down back at your place again. And for the first time, I think, of all the practice I had been doing alone, there was a lot that I got out of it where I became really aware of my senses and being in there. I mean, I lived in this apartment for like 12 years, and I started noticing things about it when I'd be walking around doing my meditation up and down the hallway. I'd notice what different rooms smelled like.
Mm.
And it would be like, what is that smell? What am I smelling? They were like, oh yeah, I'm right next to the washing machine, which is over here in this closet or whatever. Or I'd smell, maybe I was out on the porch or something. If I walked out there and I'd smell, oh, my neighbors are smoking
And this
pot
can
out
be
here.
very intoxicating just to be present to that. Very.
Yeah.
Talk about where I'm going. It's just, so this is instead of where I'm going is, wow, it's quite something being here.
Wherever you are.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
Wherever
is
you are,
an
there you are.
amazing answer. Then we are where we want to go.
But also, it's like if you're really in touch through your senses, whether it's a sense of scent, smell, or your hearing, or your eyes, or whatever it is, when you're really in touch with those things, you're so present with where you are at the moment.
It's quite,
and it's like that's all you really have is
and,
the moment.
And that's an answer.
That's all you really have.
We're going here and now. That's our journey.
Kind of move over a little bit because I'm
So you have moved
Yes.
from practicing on your own from
Yeah.
books,
Yeah.
and what got you into your first group session?
Well, one of the books that I had been reading by the woman Zen master, whose name I can never remember when I want to remember it.
It's not Pema Chodron, I'm sure.
No, eventually I got into some of her writings, but she wasn't the one that I read to get that information about how to practice. So through reading this particular teacher's writings and using her techniques, there was something that she had written that said eventually you're going to need to meet with a teacher.
Wow.
With an actual person. And I realized I had been practicing for 3 years, and it suddenly occurred to me one day, I thought, I think I got there now. It's been 3 years for me now, and now I have questions, and I would like to try to, I would like to try and see what it's like to talk with somebody who's been practicing somehow in some kind of Buddhist tradition or meditation tradition, where I can talk with them and see, like, well, how is it for you? And here's where I'm at. Am I going the right way? Like, am I just like, whatever? I'm just like thinking I know what I'm doing, and I'm really hanging off a cliff here. I don't know, right? And so I looked around. There was like probably 3 or 4 different places I checked out, and one of them was, as I said, this place that was it used to be just north of Harvard Square. I don't remember what it was called anymore, but it had been there since the 50s, and when they finally stopped being open and having practice sessions, I was very disappointed, and I realized I really needed to have like a group, some kind of group to practice together with, and I kept looking around, and I finally ended up paying a visit to the Cambridge Zen Center, which is really close to here. It's like maybe less than 15 minutes walk to get over here. And I decided I wanted to practice there, and I wanted to like go to their Dharma talks. And
the Dharma talk is?
A Dharma talk is somebody takes some aspect of Buddhism, some piece of Buddhist teaching is one way you can do it, and talks about it, gives like a sermon about it kind of thing. Or they'll talk about, like how we're talking right now, just extemporaneously, about like experiences and how some kind of practice actually affects your life and how it benefits you.
Now Dharma is that another word for the way?
Dharma is, it actually means, it comes from a word meaning wheel.
Mm-hmm.
And Dharma is like method or law.